We are in a Spirit Buying Center, and this is a November 2019 retreat. In this group, well, in all the groups, are people from all over the world. Here we have England, Jakarta, Indonesia, mixture of German and Spanish, Lithuania, but you live in London now, and American and German. How do you feel about that? Sharing your traumas, your difficulties with a bunch of new people from all over the world.
It's amazing. That's the best thing. You realize that the whole world is the same. Like, or people in the world, we all suffer, we all wish to be loved and wish to love and be happy, and the more different places come in, the more different experience they bring. So I find it's amazing. And we all just, it doesn't matter where we come from, we all equally connect.
And also, like everybody has been saying all week, we appreciate the care that you take in creating a safe place for us. You're part of the reason we all came here is because of the screening process and the application process. So we know that you take great care in every single thing that you do, in making people feel comfortable and sharing your vision of healing and really creating an environment, to facilitate healing and comfortability. So we thank you all for that.
I came here thinking that I'm different from other people, and after listening to everybody and realizing that everybody has things that have happened to them in their early childhood that suppressed things, and we all have demons that we're fighting and things that we're thinking about that make us feel like we're not equal to other people. And like you said, I was very shy when I was younger, and I think that was because I was always, they pushed me in the background and my opinion didn't matter. And it was very helpful. The workshops were very helpful to know what you were going to deal with when you were actually meeting Mother Ayahuasca.
The workshop, I think it's the soul
retrieval. Soul retrieval.
Yeah, because so in that particular practice, I found that I think I met my voice that I didn't know that I have that for all my life, and it made me realizing a lot of things in my life that I used to be not that confident in front of people. I need to be acknowledged. I need to have I need to ask for permission every time to do my life. And from that workshop, it's finally I can feel it like, well, I have to decide on my own for my life.
How did you realize that?
A lot of things that every time I want to do something here, like right here, I'm on my own. Like I'm literally half around the world by myself. And every time I want to do something, in my head, before, I was always thinking about my family, my sister, my mother. And by the time I was here and doing all the workshop, I was like, I can't hear them anymore. Because I already, in the first two workshop, I have to detach myself from everything. And then I found what's been missing this whole time. And for me, every workshop, 3 workshops that we're doing, everything have a correlation to one another. So the inner child helps me get my voice back. So that's how I realized, oh, there it is. I'm here. That made me appreciate a lot of things about myself. I was fighting depression and mental illness, suicidal thoughts, depression for like 14 years now, almost. and it made me appreciate life and myself more. Like, I know now, I can see that, oh, I have some positive things, you know, I'm cool enough to be in this life, you know. Yeah.
So you can see the half glass full,
Yeah.
not the empty part.
No.
Good.
It was empty, but now it's full.
You had experience with ayahuasca. How many times?
Once.
And how was?
No, I didn't enjoy it at all.
Where was that?
I was in London,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't enjoy it at all. I found it. I was crammed into a room with lots of people, and it was, I don't know, it was so impersonal. But the key to it this time was that, like, I'd chosen to come to a place in Brazil and come to your facility and just sort of kind of like, and I found that, like, all the people that were here in the work, you know, in the retreat were, you know, it was a common goal. It was, we were all sort of kind of fighting for the same thing, you know, acceptance, love, you know, whatever it might be. But we were all there together, and we feel really bonded. I think, you know, once you've had a few days to sort of kind of get used to that idea of, you know, it's tread carefully, but, like, you know, you share and you sort of, and then there becomes this sort of trust, you know, within the group, and by the end of the week, even though you haven't sort of mainly spoken to certain specific people, you're still good friends with them. There's no barriers between you. That's what I love about it.
I was very worried. I mean, you hear a lot of horror stories and you read all of these things, and your friends and your family are like, are you sure you're going to the right place, you know, and be careful and write to me every day. So yeah, there was a lot of sort of mixed feelings. So, you know, I prepared myself very well. I took everything extremely seriously. And I didn't take this process lightly. So not completely paranoid, maybe a bit. But in fact, it turns out to be very totally different from what I had imagined, and a lot of the stories that are out there. So I don't know where those stories come from, really.
I can give perspective on that irrational fear, because I had two different experiences. First year experience was absolute bliss. Worked through enormous amount of stuff with such a courage and wisdom and guidance and support from universe, and seen the fabric of universe, and had really emotional and guided experiences. And this year it was dark, it was painful, it was in no way euphoric, it was not pleasant. This year I came in self-destructive mode. So I think your own emotional baggage at that time has some stuff, and like, do the diet properly, and like, do not neglect it. I was on a self-destruct path, and I think I paid for it. And now if I would not have respect for this through this process, not just drinking the tea, but doing the workshops, actually working with yourself, I could say, oh, you know what, this whole drinking thing was complete disgusting, and I was puking, and it was like pointless. But because I know why I come here, it's not just drinking the tea, it's working with yourself, making those commitments to yourself that you want to heal, and you do everything that you need to do to heal. And ayahuasca is just that little bit extra added to give you a little push in the right direction. And not every time it's pleasant, and
So where is all this darkness was coming?
Inside.
We are carrying this darkness inside of us, and we don't know. In some moment, you have to face your own monsters. When you face this monster, you have to use your power. That's why we work a lot. Use your power to unlock your own resources.
And they're not as scary as you think they are. They're pussycats, really.
Yeah.
You just built them up in your own mind as to being something that they're
And
absolutely
sometimes
not.
people help a lot because friends or they have a good intention, but they will put more fear in you. Instead of helping you to bring your adult part, to bring your power, trying to overprotect you, they will keep you little. When you are an adult, you have your own power. Use your wisdom and your power to unlock.
Yeah, I think it's doing one-off retreats in some random house, and like maybe being arrogant. Like, I know some people, would go denying, and like I could go on and deny and say this was really bad experience. I will never come back to this again. That's where it gets a bad name. But if you can see past that, and you do it in the right setup, then this is magical, and it could
You
give
need
you
a series of ceremonies to sort of kind of get you to your sort of kind of like from your starting point to not to your end, but just sort of to send you on your journey. This is where this is a good place to start at 4 ceremonies, drinking the ayahuasca, working through your issues and things like that. And it will send you, it will send you somewhere else, and then you'll be in a different place too. And then the next time you come, if you come again, you'll start again from where maybe that left off, and there's a bit tagged on. You never know, but like it's good to have that, and also to have the backup of the workshops and the sharing circle and
you can see the evolution in each member of the group.
Absolutely.
It's not only you.
No.
How they are more powerful, more happy.
After all the research I've done, you was the one that drew me to this. One, because you're psychologically trained or taught in psychology. You have so much experience, and the way you presented this place, that this is no rubbish, sort of no saviors, no nothing. You come here to work on yourself. You'll be guided and supported, but you come here to work. And that what completely drew me to it. I could not relate to indigenous people because I thought they will not help me integrate and explain my vision so well that, say, Western taught person would. And that is so true. The way it is set up, that you have a training before you go into your journey, to give you tools to fight whatever demons you have, or how to approach the situations that you're scared of, that you had enough strength, not just going in blindly and try and figure out how to get through this. Because when you're stuck and you go like, I experienced my own birth, how the heck do you take it? And like, how the hell do you come out? And you're always there. Like, I got stuck, I got ego disillusion yesterday, and you're just like, you came with a happy face. It's like, oh, this is great, this is therapeutic. That's okay, it's temporary. You just let it go, you just submerge it, and it'll all be fine. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I can do this. So it's back into your journey. And the amount of support before, after, and during that there is next to none. The environment is set up so safe, and it's at the same time, as soon as you walk through this gate, your mind of your day-to-day, emails, phone calls, that switches off. You check your phone in a pond or wherever, put it in a safe, and you just focus on embracing the environment, listening to you, listening to other people. It's an intense relaxation with work with yourself, with a amazing support, like next to none. I cannot imagine doing this anywhere else. It's just, yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And the nature here was so healing. There's a big, in the circles, the touristy circles and online, there's a big question, should you go up high altitude to get away from the bugs, or into the jungle, and the insects, Dee and I might disagree, but the insects were my favorite part of the experience, almost just like the sounds of the bugs and being outside in nature and having like all of the wildlife come up and the ants crawl around you
and the rain at the right time.
Right.
Yes.
It's gorgeous, and
Magical.
it does add to absolutely.
And the music.
Yes.
The music was phenomenal. That was a journey by itself.